Hey y'all, it's Chris with Rockin Farm, and today we're going to be talking a little bit about the project I've been working on in my barn. Before we do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, click that notification bell, and don't forget to go check out the website, rockin8farm.com. We've been doing a lot of updates there lately, but not quite done, so you're going to see some pages that are still under construction. So let me start out with my disclaimer here. Obviously, there is not one way to farrow pigs, and for those of you who that term is a little foreign, farrow is basically the process of giving birth for a pig. So if you hear somebody say, hey, my sow is fixing to farrow this weekend, that they're just saying that this weekend is their sow's due date. Now, first of all, there's a lot of different breeds of pigs, and different breeds of pigs may farrow different ways as far as where they're most comfortable and how it works the best. But the bottom line is I raise Idaho pasture pigs. So we're going to be talking about my Idaho pasture pigs today. In addition to that, there's a lot of different ways to farrow Idaho pasture pigs. I know a lot of people that actually do their farrowing out on pasture. They've got these really cool porta huts or calf huts that they've kind of redesigned and developed a little bit, or the A-frame hut that's very popular with Idaho pasture pigs. And their pigs just give birth right out on pasture. They make little nests in these huts and it works out great. Now, what works out for my farm, what works out for my system is to have pigs that are just doing piggy things out on pasture, and to bring my girls into the barn for the purpose of farrowing. So what I have been working on a lot lately is dividing the back two stalls of my barn into two separate farrowing stalls. And I just kind of want to show everybody what types of things I put into those stalls to make them comfortable and to make them safe for the piglets. So again, y'all, I'm not saying that this is the way to farrow pigs. I'm saying this is a way to farrow pigs. Let's go take a look. We're gonna have to work with lighting here a little bit, but right now I'm standing in my feed area, and basically I've got one and I've got two separate farrowing stalls. Now, these stalls aren't a one-trick pony. You've heard me talk about these stalls before where I can quarantine pigs or put an injured pig or something of that nature, but I've done a lot of work to them to get them actually ready to be farrowing stalls. So let's walk into this one over here and step outside and take a look back in. So there's Panchita. She's getting very, very, very pregnant. She's kind of getting to that, like, for a human, it would be that ninth month super duper uncomfortableness. But some of the changes that we've made to these stalls in order to turn it from just a stall to a farrowing stall, you can see we still have the hay feeder here just like we always have. But we've gone all the way around the edge and added these bumpers. So basically what it is here's the wall and here's the bumper, but the bumper has a nice big gap underneath it. And what this allows to happen is that if mom comes in to lay down and she's in the process of like, oh, there's piglets there, they can squeeze up against the wall and get out of her way. Now, obviously, you always hope that something like this isn't going to be an issue, but number one, we're talking about good-sized animals versus little tiny animals. Piglets are very, very small. She's probably pushing 300 pounds, and she's going to get a little bit bigger as she gets older. In addition to that, Panchita is also a first-time mom. You just never know with a first-time mom. I know people who have pasture pigs that say that their pigs are just like flat out neurotic about not laying on their babies. Like they turn and turn and turn and look and look and turn and look 12 different times before they finally lay themselves down, just making sure that there's no piglets there. But with a first-time mom, who knows? If she just comes in and flops, basically, she could end up crushing a piglet. These bumper boards help to stop that from happening. It doesn't guarantee that it won't happen, but it helps to stop it from happening. And like I said, the theory is even if she's laying right up against it, the piglets have a place to go. They can get up against the wall, but not be crushed between the wall and her because that board bumps mom out. Mamacita, are you getting miserable? Are you getting miserable pregnant? You got a belly full of babies, mama, huh? Does that feel good? Yeah? Oh, there we go. Yeah, we got a belly full of babies. Now, another thing that we've added is a creep area. A lot of people that are in cattle farming, they might be very familiar with like creep feeders. So this is kind of along the same lines as far as how it works. Basically, what we do is we take an entire corner of a stall and we put in one of these boards where it bumps out. So piglets can go underneath there. Mom, if she lays against it or anything like that, piglets are safe back in this corner. The theory is we come up here and hang a heat lamp, and that heat lamp is going to hang right down into this little corner area. So that way, when Mom gets up to go get a drink or gets up to go grab a bite of food, the piglets should instinctively go to the much warmer area. So when Mom comes back to lay down, hopefully she can get in here and get laid down before all these little tiny piglets are running around her. Now keep in mind, y'all, piglets grow fast and they also learn pretty quick. So like the danger of them getting crushed goes away relatively quickly. I mean, you know, we're talking several days, a week, week and a half. But during that first week, and especially those first few days, they're very, very tiny. They don't move very quick. Their legs don't work really well. And that's why we have all this protection in place. We spend all this time taking care of mama, baby and mama, helping mama get through her pregnancy, just to lose a bunch of piglets. There's just no financial sense in that whatsoever. So we install all of these things to just decrease the risk to the piglets until they get big enough to just squeal and run. And then the last part that we kind of upgraded as far as this goes is we came out back here behind the barn. You can see the barn doors right behind me. So this is the back of my barn, and we basically ran hog panel fences straight back to the edge of my property to create 2 individual runs. So this is Panchita's run here, and we've got the hog panels all the way down here and the hog panels all the way down here. And then I've got a second run, and this one's a little more forested, but you can see a hog panel fence runs through all of this thick underbrush. But this entire area here creates a second run. So just kind of a quick review. Big, noisy, pregnant mama. Her stall area where she will give birth. For her, she has this little outdoor area that has the pig water nipple system over here. But what we've done as far as upgrades to the stall is gone around the edge of the stall and installed all of these bumper boards. Right here, there's actually a big enough gap underneath that board that I didn't worry about installing a bumper board. The piglets can basically roll right outside. Bumper boards all the way around here. Cribbing area where we will hang a heat lamp, and bumper boards all the way around here. This doorway is going to remain open. We are going to actually, these doors are horrible. They're in bad shape. So we're going to remove the doors. And then I'm just going to put sheet metal across the top part of the door and basically bring the door height down to about here so we can maintain as much heat as possible inside this room. So this is stall number 1, and you can see in stall number 2, cribbing area, bumper boards, hay feeder, bumper boards down here. So I guess your next question might be, well, Chris, we know you've got Panchita, and we know that she's due, any time now, probably sometime in the next week. So why were you working so hard to make 2 separate farrowing areas? Well, because on Thursday of this week, we are bringing home Dot. Dot is a sow from my good friend Melinda over at 8th Time Family Farm. Dot is also pregnant, and Dot is expecting to farrow in mid-December. So we're going to bring her home, and her and Panchita are going to be barn mates and be able to have all their babies out here together. A really exciting time for Rockin 8 Farm. Basically, by the end of December, we could have, anywhere from, I would say 15 to 25 piglets on the ground. Dot's kind of known for having really big litters. Panchita's a first-time mom, so we don't really know. It could be as little as 2 or 3. It could be as many as 12. Who knows? Dot is pretty consistent, 10 to 14 pigs pretty much every time she farrows, so we're expecting a good litter out of Dot. Keep in mind, all of the stuff that I've done to the barn, all of the stuff that I've done to the runs, it doesn't create any guarantees in any way, shape, or form. We are just doing everything we can to decrease the likelihood that we're going to have piglet loss. So we've got our med kit ready to go so that we can take care of any problems that might arise. We've got the stalls set up in a way that should be fairly protective of the piglets. And then we'll just kind of hope for the best and hope that we've got good moms that take good care of their piglets and have a good milk supply, and we have good, healthy, happy little piggies running around. So, some of the upcoming videos that you can expect to see from us. Yes, you can probably expect to see a birthing video, or at least part of a birthing video. You can probably expect to see a video about piglets in the future. I think the next Idaho pasture pig video I do is probably going to be related to my pig first aid med kit and what types of things I keep in it. So we've got good, exciting times coming up here at Rockin Farm. I feel a little bit like a first-time dad, like I'm super excited all this is about to happen. I'm also a little nervous and a little scared because this is my first time with farrowing pigs. Good Lord willing and the creek don't rise, everything will go just fine. And, you know, we just look forward to keeping y'all updated and in the loop. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to drop them down in the comments section. So until I see y'all again, this is Chris out here with Panchita. We both want y'all to be happy and live healthy.